Greetings viewers and subscribers. So in today's journey, we are going to be leaving Sandal South Coast and we are heading back to Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, this route that we are going to take, we are going to start at Sandal South Coast. We are going to go out onto the main road, a Kingdown main road. Then we are going to turn up into the hills. We are going to pass through Robbins River. We're going to pass Brighton. We're going to still continue up in the hills. We're going to pass through a place named Rivertop, otherwise known as Retirement. We're going to go through Aldear. And then we are going to go down to Mearnsville, all in the parish of Westmoreland. Sit back, relax, and drive with me. Now today, we have some exclusive reports for you. These reports, you're not going to hear them anywhere else. Trust me. From time to time we carry some murders on this channel, and then it seems as if nothing is being done or the police just left them alone. But today we have some updates, some intriguing updates. You're gonna want to stick around straight to the very end. All interesting. But first up, the Westmoreland police, they have arrested a man named Dino Grant. Dino is otherwise called Brocky. He's 32 years old and he lives at Hatfield in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, Brocky, he has been arrested and charged by the police for 1. Shooting with intent, 2. Unlawful wounding, and 3. Illegal possession of firearm. The allegations are that on Saturday, October 30, 2021, sometime in the afternoon, the allegations are that on the said date and time, a young man, he was on his way home when he saw Brocky hitting his brother with a firearm. It is said that this man, he intervened, and Brocky, he opened gunfire at the man who intervened. It is said that Brocky, he chased this man and caught up with him. The allegations are that Brocky, he also used a ratchet knife to cut this man on his right hand. Brocky, he then made good his escape in the area. The man who was allegedly shot at and cut, he made a report to the police. As a result, on November 9th, 2021, an operation was carried out at Hatfield, where Brocky, he was arrested and taken into custody by the police. He was subsequently arrested and charged, and he will be going to the courts shortly to face his judgment. In the next incident, now, we carried this story on Saturday, October 16th, 2021. We told you about an incident that took place at the Darliston Cemetery. Darliston in the parish of Westmoreland. It took place on Friday, October 15th, 2021, about 4 p.m. We told you then that a man named Wilfred Henry, he was popularly known as Kling Kling. Kling Kling, he was 60 years old and he was a farmer. He lived at Darliston in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, Kling Kling and other persons, they were at a grave digging at the Darliston Cemetery when our information is that Kling Kling, he got into an altercation with a man named BLOUSEY. The allegations are that BLOUSEY, he used an object to hit Kling Kling in his head. Kling Kling fell to the ground and was unresponsive ever since. The police were called and they took Kling Kling to the Savlamar Hospital, where he was admitted in a serious condition. He was later transferred to the Kingston Public Hospital. But on Wednesday, October 20, 2021, early morning, Kling Kling, he was pronounced DEAD. He had succumbed to his injuries. We are told that earlier this week, a post-mortem examination was done on Kling Kling, and the cause of death was due to a blunt force trauma to his head. So from all accounts, Kling Kling would have died as a result of being hit in his head. We are also learning that the police took the man in custody who allegedly hit Kling Kling in his head. That man, he has been identified as Mikan Muir. He's otherwise called BLOUSEY. He's 34 years old and he's a steel worker. He lives at Garden Hill in Darliston in the parish of Westmoreland. We are being told that yesterday, November 10th, 2021, a question and answer was done on BLOUSEY in front of his attorney. And after the question and answer, BLOUSEY was officially charged for the offense of murder in relation to the death of Clayton. So BLOUSEY, he will be going to the courts shortly to face his judgment. Now, on to the exclusive reports. And like I said, you're gonna want to listen all of them. On Thursday, September 16th, 2021, about 3 a.m., early morning, residents of the Nompriel Road area, they reportedly heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots. As a result, the police were called. On the arrival of the police, a man was seen suffering from gunshot wounds right in the vicinity of the Whitehall Plaza in Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. This man, he was identified as Ennis. He was popularly called THUMPA. He was 56 years old and he lived at Nompriel Road, Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. THUMPA, he was seen suffering from gunshot wounds to his head. Yes, pear head lick. He was taken to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 5 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Now, on Saturday, September 25th, 2021, about sometime close to 9 p.m., we are told that residents of Orange Hill in the parish of Westmoreland, they reportedly heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots. As a result, they called the police. On the arrival of the police, a man, he was identified as Wilfred Henry. He was popularly called Darliston and he lived at Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. Darliston, he was seen lying along the roadway at Orange Hill. He was seen suffering from gunshot wounds to his head. Darliston, he was transported to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. When that crime scene was processed, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Now, on Thursday, October 21, 2021, sometime in the afternoon, about 2 p.m., residents of Hertford Road, Whitehall, Negril in the parish of Westmoreland, they reported hearing loud explosions, sounding like gunshots. As a result, they called the police. The police went to a house in the area that the residents reported that the gunshots were heard coming from. When the police went to the house, a man, he was seen lying on his belly in the house. He had gunshot wounds all over his body. This man, he was identified as Adrian Bacchus. He was 35 years old, of Cooleytown, Whitehall in Negril. Adrian, he was taken to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. Now, hear this. When this crime scene was processed, 25 9mm spent shells were recovered from this scene. You wanna hear something? Adrian Bacchus, he has been implicated in the murder of Darliston and THUMPA. Yes, Adrian, he was identified as the person who took out Darliston and THUMPA. So, who is it that took out Adrian? Moving right along, we carried this story on this channel on Wednesday, May 28, 2021. We told you of an incident that took place at Bottom Delveland in the Little London area in the parish of Westmoreland. We told you then that a lady, she was in her yard when she was approached by a man armed with a gun. The man, it is said, instructed this lady to lie face down in the yard. The lady, she complied. Moments later, her boyfriend, Shenroy Williams, otherwise called CHAPPO, aged 28 years old, he rode into the yard on a motorcycle. As he was about to park this motorcycle, he was approached by the same gunman who had put the lady to life face down. This man, he opened gunfire at CHAPPO at point blank range. CHAPPO, he was hit in his head. The police were called and CHAPPO, he was taken to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. Now, that incident was May 27th. This next incident, it took place on Saturday, October 9th, 2021, about 8:15 p.m. It is said that a group of persons, they were at a birthday party at Retreat District in the parish of Westmoreland. Two men, they were also at the party, but they were standing outside along the roadway, right in the vicinity of where the party was being held. These two men, they were identified as Maurice Scott. He was otherwise called Wani. He was 29 years old and he lived at New Hope, Little London, in the parish of Westmoreland. The other man who Wani was talking to, his name is Sean Myers. He was popularly known as Popeye. He was 31 years old and he lived at Retreat in the parish of Westmoreland. Whilst these two men were outside talking, we are told that a lone gunman stepped up to them. This man, he reportedly opened gunfire on both Wani and Popeye. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape on foot in the area. The police were called and both Wani and Popeye, they were taken to the Savlamar Hospital where both of them were pronounced DEAD. Now, when this crime scene was processed, we are told that 11 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Now, what is the connection? We are told, and we are getting credible information, that Wani, he is responsible for the death of El Chapo. Yes, El Chapo was taken out at Delveland on May 27, 2021. The same El Chapo who the person wait on after placing the lady to lie face down. It is said that Wani, he was the shooter for El Chapo. Now, if you are here and you are watching this video, if you have not yet done so, remember to hit on the like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we are now over 44,000 subscribers. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. Remember, when we reach 50,000 subscribers, we will be giving away 50,000 Jamaican dollars plus more. The 50,000 is guaranteed. We'll tell you about the plus more later on. So if you have not yet done so, remember, hit on the subscribe button, as also hit on the notification bell, so that as soon as we have uploaded a new video, you will be notified. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend. Now, moving right along, we carried a story on Thursday, June 24th, 2021. We told you of an incident that took place at Waterworks District in the parish of Westmoreland. It took place on Wednesday, June 23, 2021, about 3:15 in the early morning. We told you then that a man named Nicholas Clayton, he was popularly known as Nicky. He was said to be a carpenter and he lived at Waterworks in the parish of Westmoreland. We told you that Nicky, he was at his home when hoodlums went there and kicked open the front door. Nicholas Clayton, popularly known as Nicky, he ran through the back door of his house, but he was chased and held by the hoodlums. They then executed Nicky. He was taken out at point blank range. The police were called and Nicky, he was taken to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. When that crime scene was processed, our information is that 14 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. We also brought you this story. We told you that on Sunday, September 19th, 2021, almost 12 midnight, a man named Jermaine Graham, he was popularly called Papi, He lived at a place named Train Line at Hertford in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, Pappy, it is said that he was at home when 3 men came to his house. The men kicked open the front door, went into the house, and pumped bullets into Pappy at point blank range. Pappy, he was taken to the Savlamar Hospital, where he was pronounced DEAD. Our information is that at that time, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Now, hear this. Remember an incident occurred on Sunday, October 31, 2021? We told you that a man, his name is Markland Hines. He was 22 years old and he lived at Hertford in the parish of Westmoreland. We told you that this man, he had gone to a house where his girlfriend was staying. She was trying to escape his abuse, so she had gone to her relative's house. This man went to the house early in the morning. Yes, the same Markland Hines. He commanded the lady to open the door. When she refused, he hit out the glass out of the window and went inside of the house. He was armed with a gun. He reportedly held this lady by her hair and pulled her outside. Whilst both of them were outside, he started raining some blows on her. He also used the gun to hit her in her head. It is said that when he was satisfied, he walked away into a dirt truck. Some minutes later, the police arrived on the scene because the police were called by somebody in the community. When the police came, it is said that they were shown the direction where this guy went. The police went in there, and the allegations are that he pointed a gun, the same gun that he had, at the police. As a result, he was cut down by the police. He was taken to the Savlamar Hospital, where he was pronounced DEAD. The gun that he had, it was reportedly seized by the police. Now, hear this. We are being told that the gun that this guy had, it was sent in for ballistic testing. The results are saying that this gun was the same gun that was used to take out both NICKY and Pappy. Yes, the gun that Markland Hines was found with, that is the gun that took out both NICKY and Pappy. Was Markland involved in these 2 killings? The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.